Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about a book that has stood the test of time, like our beloved Constitution. The Republic by Plato is a masterpiece that transcends centuries and speaks directly to the heart of conservative values. Now, you might think a dusty old philosophical work couldn't possibly relate to our modern struggles, but let me assure you, the wisdom contained within these pages is as relevant today as it was in ancient Athens. Plato takes us on a captivating journey through the power struggles of governance. He delves into the essence of justice, the nature of the ideal state, and the eternal struggle between the rulers and the ruled. And guess what? We can try to learn from it and how it relates to limited government, individual freedom, and the preservation of our cherished values. Plato's notion of a philosopher king may sound utopian, but it serves as a timeless reminder that true leadership requires wisdom, integrity, and a commitment to the common good. Conservatives recognize the need for principled leaders who uphold the Constitution and defend our cherished traditions. It's not about power-grabbing bureaucrats, it's about servant leadership rooted in timeless values. Plato argued that citizens should participate through education and actively cultivating moral virtues. That a virtuous and educated citizenry would contribute to a stable and just society by supporting the rulers. Now, I don't think modern politicians should be categorized as just and wise. This is a problem. In addition, can we say that our citizens are educated and moral? It's important to note that Plato's ideas on citizen participation were influenced by the political context of his time and his concern for creating a harmonious and well-ordered society. While his vision of virtuous rulers has been subject to proper criticism, his emphasis on the role of education, virtue, and a sense of civic duty has left a lasting impact on political philosophy and the understanding of citizen engagement in governance. Now, let's talk about the modern applications of the Republic. Just look around. We're facing an assault on free speech and an ever-expanding government that encroaches on our liberties. Plato's warnings about the dangers of unchecked democracy ring true in today's political landscape. Plato argued that democracy could devolve into tyranny when charismatic and manipulative leaders appealed to the desires and emotions of the masses. He feared that such leaders, driven by self-interest and lacking genuine wisdom, would exploit the passions of the people for personal gain, leading to a breakdown of order and justice. Furthermore, Plato believed that democracy allowed the majority to wield excessive power, potentially suppressing the rights and interests of minorities. He saw this as a significant drawback, as he believed that true justice required the rule of reason and expertise rather than the whims of the majority. But what does he mean when he uses the term democracy? In America, many call our government a democracy. But is it? Plato considered democracy simply the power of the majority. In terms of our government, it would be as if the House of Representatives was in charge of the entire government. That there would be no judicial or executive branch. Obviously, that's not the case. This understanding of a pure democracy is why the United States is a republic, not a pure democracy, not a monarchy, not an oligarchy. So what's the result of Plato's thoughts? Plato understood that a healthy society requires a balance of powers and the rule of law. He knew that a virtuous citizenry was crucial to the preservation of a just society. Sound familiar? It should, because these are the very principles that underpin conservative ideology. Separation of power through three branches of government. In a time when collectivist ideologies threaten our individual liberties, the Republic serves as a rallying cry for limited government, personal responsibility, and the sanctity of the family. It reminds us that we must remain vigilant in the face of those who seek to tear down the pillars of our Republic. While some of Plato's thoughts may not always appear to ring true today, if you look closer you can see that there is wisdom in his thoughts. It's also interesting to think about how he discussed these things thousands of years ago, and these ideas of good government are still discussed and debated today. So, let us draw inspiration from Plato's timeless wisdom. Let us stand strong against the forces of big government and cultural decay. Let us champion the values that have made America the greatest nation on earth. The Republic is not just a philosophical treatise, it is a call to action, a call to defend our conservative principles with passion and conviction. In the words of Plato, one of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Let's make sure we don't let that happen. Let's rise up, embrace our conservative values, and shape a future that reflects the timeless principles laid out in the Republic. Our nation's destiny is in our hands.